lie, you're more likely to lie again.
I'm here with Yael Melamede, who is the director of the film Dishonesty, The Truth About Lies. The concept of dishonesty is something that I know is probably near and dear to your heart now, and as I watched the trailer, I thought, what do we know, what do we understand about our own potential to lie and about how honest most of us really are? Let's start with where did the concept for this film come from?
So my partner on this film is a researcher by the name of Dan Ariely. He's a social scientist. His book is The Honest Truth About Dishonesty, How We Lie to Everyone, Especially Ourselves. And I was fascinated by his book and his research. And this project actually started out as a research project. We were going to interview people who'd lied and whose lives had unraveled as a result of their lies. And in the process, we felt that what we were finding out was incredibly important and relevant. And so we decided to make a feature film using the stories as well as his research.
You say what you found out. What were you finding out? What did you find from most individuals about their potential to lie?
I think the combination of the research and the stories was what interested us so much. We were finding that a lot of the things Dan had explored in the lab were actually happening in real life, and that was really interesting. So we wanted to show that, and that the distance between ourselves and big lies is not as large as we would all like to think. I mean, that's our opinion. We can't prove that, but it felt to us that so many of the people we talked to had started out similarly to us. Very regular people who took a small step off the track and got into trouble. So for a while this film was called Slippery Slopes, but then we decided to go back to dishonesty.
So did you find in your research that people who started to lie then perpetuated the lie and it continued and it grew?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to say that every small lie leads to bigger lies, but when you start lying, it is easier to continue lying, especially if it's in the same area. If you decide something that you know isn't quite right at work, you do it. The next time you do it, you don't feel as badly about it. So it can be dangerous, and we think there's a connection between these kinds of lies and the individual stories that we tell with much bigger issues like wars and economic crises and big problems.
What did you learn making this film?
Well, I keep telling everybody I feel like I'm a human experiment. In the film, we talk about how reminding oneself of our better self can improve our behavior. And because I've been working on this for so long, I lie. I didn't start out as a very dishonest person, but I'm so honest now because I see it all through the lens of dishonesty, or honesty. So I became much more honest, not because I decided it was the right thing to do, but because I think about it all the time. So
it's interesting. Now, what do you hope the audience takes away from the film?
I think the biggest takeaway is that we like to think that dishonesty is other people's problem. And I think it would be wonderful if people felt that they were more vulnerable, and also to be more understanding of people who are dishonest and their vulnerability, and that it's not something so foreign to us. And also thinking about how we can strengthen our own behavior on a day-to-day basis, on a political basis, on a financial basis. Those would be really good things.
I'm here with Charles Pokel, who is the director and filmmaker of the film Christmas Again. It's not Christmas time right now, but what inspired this film?
Yeah, I grew up in New Jersey, and then I moved to New York City, and when I saw the way people kind of sold Christmas trees and the lifestyles of these Christmas tree salesmen in New York City, I just thought I hadn't seen that before in a film, and why not set a film at it?